In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, my dear friends, look, health is very important. Most of us know, some of us still are not so aware about the importance of it. But as far the mental health, the psychological health is concerned, I shall say that most of the people here in our society are not so well aware of it. They don't know that how important it is, and these people, most of the people here in our society are of the view that unless and until somebody start doing something very abnormal and something very strange, something very illogical, unless and until a person doesn't do that thing, he she is psychologically, mentally normal and healthy. Well, it's not the case actually. It's not the case actually. Many of the people here in a society like that of ours, Pakistan, they are not psychologically healthy, unfortunately. They are not psychologically healthy, unfortunately. That's the trouble and that's the problem. And being unhealthy psychologically, it spoils our life at all. We are unable to enjoy our life, and the people around us, they too feel troubled, they too feel unhappy, they too are, they remain upset because of the mentally unhealthy people. So it's very important indeed that we do take care of our mental health before it is too late. Some of the people, they absolutely don't take care of their mental health, and what does happen that they reach a critical stage, and then a time arrives then that everyone else around them comes to know that this person has gone, out of the track, and this person is not a psychologically normal person at all. And maybe these are actually the cases who are severely ill, dear friends. I read an article about it. The article was written by Taylor Lime. Taylor Lime is a researcher in the field of psychology, and he has advised certain things which are very necessary, very useful indeed, if at all we are quite interested to improve our psychological mental health. That's very important and very important indeed. Certain things, if at all we do take care of these certain things, what is going to happen then? What is going to happen then that we, inshallah, we will remain healthy for the whole of our life. And if at all we are psychologically healthy, mentally healthy, it means that most of the things in our life are quite okay, are quite right. So Taylor Lime has advised certain things which are very important in this regard, and I'm going to share with you those things. First of all, he says that it is very important that you enjoy the sound sleep. 7 to 8 hours of sleep are very important for each and every one of us. Want to remain psychologically healthy. 7 to 8 hours of sleep is very important indeed, and the better we sleep, the better our mind and brain will work actually. So sleep is one of the most important, or maybe the most important thing, as far the psychological health of a person is concerned, because during that time our mind, our brain rests, and that rest is vital, essential for our psychological health. And not only that, sleep is very important. After the sleep, relaxation, keeping our mind relaxed, for most of the time, that is also very important. And then number two, Taylor Lime says that Taylor Lime says practice gratitude. Gratitude means there are two types of attitudes, generally speaking. One is the overwhelmingly positive attitude. Mean that is called the attitude of gratitude. Mean it means that whatever we are having, we must be grateful for whatever we have been gifted with by Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, and we need to utilize it for our betterment and for the betterment of our loved ones, and then for the goodness of the general public. We need to become grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for whatever we have been gifted with, and ignoring up to great extent what we have not been given, what we have been deprived of, you know, ignoring and focusing, concentrating upon whatever we have been given and gifted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And definitely there are many of the things, if at all we are found, enlisting in our mind not to write it on the paper necessarily, whatever we have been gifted with, then I think there are lots and lots of things actually. And plus there are lots and lots of troubles Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has protected us from. There are lots and lots and lots of troubles Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has protected us from. So we need to become grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let's live the life of the gratitude, practicing gratitude instead of complaining, criticizing. I think these complaining and criticizing, that is something very bad for our psychological health. Let's become a grateful person and becoming as grateful person as we can actually. The more gratefulness there is inside our mind and heart, inside us, the healthier and the happier we are going to become. So focus on this thing that is called practicing gratitude. Then he says, social activities, meeting the people, that's very important, very useful. Make friends, chat with the people positively, have positive and constructive chat with the people. Having positive and constructive chat with the people, that's very important indeed. Having positive and constructive chat with the people is very important, very useful, very important indeed. Although we need to learn to say no as well, because everything else cannot be done whatever we are being demanded of by the people, by our friends and by rest of the people. So we need to learn to say no. Otherwise, it's very good, very good, very good actually. We cannot do, sometimes they want to take something which is very important to us. Sometimes they want to borrow, or they want to hijack, they want to snatch, and they want to put us on the wrong path, like like drugs, etc., or committing any sort of other crime. So learn to say no, but be with the people. Be with the people. Talk to the people as much as you can, as much as you need. Talk to the people. The more, the better, maybe. But the work first and then talk to the people. Have a good social circle. So then he says that take care of your physical health. Take care of, Taylor Lee says that take care of your physical health. That is very, very important. Very, very important. And because your physical health has a lot to do with your psychological health, and vice versa. The good psychological health has a lot to do with the physical work at the same time. So for that purpose we need to do several things, and one of those things is that we need to take care of our diet. What is meant by the diet here? That does the expensive food necessarily are good for the health? Not at all. Some of the very cheap foods are very good for the health. you know so it's up to the, usually, as for the things which are being sold in the market, and the food cooked by the restaurant, these are not good for the health at all. So eating the nutritious food, could it be salad, could it be vegetables and etc., whatever we can, but usually the pleasurable, the food for the player is bad for the health, usually, generally speaking. So avoid those food, the food from the restaurants and the pizzas and the burgers and the fast food. That is quite a junk. That is quite a junk. So avoid that junk, my dear friends. Now, taking care of the physical health, and then, it's important that whatever we take from the social media. Today, the social media has become very, very important. Today, the social media has become very, very important, and there is a lot of negative content. There is lot of negative content available on the social media. So if at all we don't take care of that, if at all we don't take care of that, what is going to happen then? That we will be found taking everything else, which is definitely bad, which is definitely bad. So we don't have to, take everything else which is available there on the social media. We have to rather install the filter. We do have to install the filters. We do have to censor it. We do have to install the filters. We do have to censor it, and we need to extract the positive from the negative. We need to separate the positive from the negative, and we need to focus on the positive, and we need to avoid the. We need to put it into the bin. As for the negativity is concerned, the negativity available on the social media, obscenity available on the social media, we need to steer clear of all that. So these are the items being told by the Taylor Lime, who is a famous researcher in the field of the psychological science. So if at all we do take care of these things, what is going to happen then? I think whatever is going to happen then is that we will be, inshallah, we will be enjoying a very good psychological health, which is absolutely important, and then only we will be able to enjoy our life. Thank you.